Kyrie Irving, the gift that keeps on giving. He was on a podcast with Kevin Durant, the et ceteras, the ETCSs, et ceteras, I believe. And Kyrie was talking about this is the first time that he's able to play with somebody who's a clutch player, at the end of a game, shooting-wise. Here is Kyrie Irving.
10 seconds left. 1 point game. Who's shooting? You or Kyrie, KD?
Depends on who's hot. I don't see it as anything other than that. Like 1-3 pick and roll, or it's an ISO for either one of us, or it's something great for our team. One thing I've always been comfortable with is, I felt like I was the best option on every team I played for, down the stretch. This is the first time in my career where I could look down and be like, that can make that shot too.
Okay. Now, Kyrie did come out and say, he later came out and had a post where he said, the media hating on us, why is it always got to be brother versus brother here? I didn't call out LeBron's name, but by saying KD is the one, the first time you got a guy who can hit a shot like that, you are calling out LeBron James. Yeah, I mean, you left him out. It's an omission on purpose here. And then you're going to say that about Kevin Durant. I think if you look at LeBron's track record of hitting clutch shots in the playoffs, fourth quarter, final 2 minutes, overtime, he's one of the great clutch shooters in the history of the NBA. Kyrie has made 2 clutch shots in his career in the playoffs. One is arguably the greatest shot in NBA history. It won a title. And then he had one other shot, and that is it. So LeBron, we should look at LeBron's numbers. In fact, Paulie, hold on for a second. I got some numbers here. So you guys talk amongst yourselves, and let me go get my phone.
I was thinking the irony of Kyrie Irving saying this, if he was saying about LeBron, while he's sitting in a room with a bunch of microphones and LeBron's 3 games away from another ring. The irony of that's funny.
All right, so I got my phone here. I got some numbers here. Taking the lead in the final 2 minutes of a fourth quarter or overtime game, LeBron James has gone 30 for 66. Kyrie, 2 for 7. LeBron is shooting 45.5% on these shots. Final 2 minutes of fourth quarter or overtime playoff game. Kyrie is shooting 28.6%. Kyrie has made 1 3-pointer in this scenario. That, of course, won the championship against Golden State. LeBron has hit 9 of 19 from 3-point range. So LeBron, crunch time, game on the line, is shooting 47% from 3-point range. Kyrie is shooting 33%. Well, I'm glad that Kyrie's got that clutch guy now in Kevin Durant. And look, you can love Kevin Durant. He's your buddy. You got a problem with LeBron. It's all said and done. Kyrie doesn't have any. I mean, he's got the one shot to show for it. That's it. And I don't know if it dawned on Kyrie. You're doing a podcast. LeBron's playing in the NBA Finals right now. I don't know if this is the time where you poke the bear, but Kyrie, he baffles me sometimes. He's unbelievably talented. We can all agree. But I don't know if he makes his team better. He didn't do anything before LeBron. He hasn't done anything after LeBron. With LeBron, he was great. He also doesn't see Steve Nash as his head coach. Here's Kyrie Irving.
We don't need somebody to come in and put their coaching philosophy on everything that we're doing and change up the wheel and, you guys need to start doing this. And we start running on the first day of practice. It's just like, no, I don't really see us having a head coach. You know what I mean? KD could be a head coach. I could be a head coach.
Jacques Vaughn could do it one day. It's a collaborative effort, I think, on our part.
Yeah, what could go wrong? That was KD at the very end of it. Yeah, everybody's a head coach. You're a head coach, and you're a head coach, and you're a head coach. Karis LeVert, you're a head coach. Now, it could go right if Steve Nash plays this, the right way. I mean, he's got to tiptoe here a little bit. Now, these guys are responsible for you being hired. They signed off on this. That's why Steve got the job. That's one of those where you can kind of turn it back on him. Like, you're here because we brought you in here. We got our own, thoughts here on how we're going to make this team great. Kyrie went into Boston and it didn't go well. Now, he's got his running buddy with KD, and that'll help. But if it was just Kyrie in Brooklyn, this would not go well. And Steve Nash, probably he's going to get blamed. He's not going to get credit in this situation like this. But KD is and Kyrie Irving, those are, assistant head coaches here, I guess. Yes, Seton?
But if this doesn't work out in Brooklyn, nobody's going to be like, well, Steve Nash, shouldn't have hired him. I mean, like, that's never going to happen. And be like, well, what did you expect Steve Nash to do with these two guys? He can't get them in control. How is he supposed to do anything? He's fine. Steve Nash is going to come away with this perfect.
Yes, Todd.
So if Nash is drawing up a play and it's a close game late, you're trying to tell me that Kyrie or Durant have the power to, or would be comfortable to grab the clipboard from him and erase what Nash just put down and draw up something else?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Are we suggesting that players aren't doing that now? Like LeBron is like, okay, Frank, tell us what to do here. I'm not sure. Like, of course, that's what they're all doing.
It'd be great if you saw Kyrie and he had his own chalkboard there. Like, he went into the huddle and he goes, all right, gather around here. This is what we're going to do. Yeah, Paulie.
Is Fritzy saying they should have some type of suggestion box before the last time out? They each put their play in and then open it up. Which one has the
But
better?
imagine if they turned all the chairs around and their backs are now facing Steve Nash and they're just looking at Durant and or Kyrie. Okay, you guys tell us what to do.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so, and Kyrie always blames the media. Remember when KD and Kyrie got together at the All-Star game and they were in the tunnel? And we thought out loud, were they talking about maybe playing together? KD was going to leave Golden State, or at least that was the impression. Were they talking about it? Kyrie came out and blamed the media. Like, can't two guys just get together and talk? And then during the podcast, KD said, hey, you remember when we got together in the tunnel at the All-Star game and we talked about where we were going to play together? Now Kyrie's blaming the media, that we're somehow reading into this that he's calling out LeBron. If I say Michael Jordan's the greatest player of all time, you know who I'm saying isn't the greatest player of all time? Kobe, Larry, Kareem, LeBron. So when he says, hey, I finally got a guy who can, I feel confident and who can hit a shot at the end of the game. I didn't call out LeBron. No. Yeah, you did. Because by saying KD is the guy I trust now, you just said, I didn't trust LeBron or Kevin Love or Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, whoever else you played with. If I say Keith Olbermann's the best anchor I ever worked with at SportsCenter, now I'm saying that Stuart Scott wasn't, or Rich Eisen wasn't, or Craig Kilborn wasn't, or Chris Berman. And then if I say, you know what, nobody really stands out, then that's a slight to Olbermann. So, I mean, Kyrie's got to understand how this works. If you give us something, then we're going to run with it a little bit. Because you're talking about LeBron right now as not being a clutch player, and Kyrie's got one moment in his career, and it's a moment that he'll, he can hang his hat on and go to the Hall of Fame. But to say that LeBron wasn't clutch when the numbers prove otherwise, that just feels like you're hating on LeBron.